Question 579. Should organ donation be compulsory?
Fuck yes.
Yes. Except in cases where it's not feasible. Like, for example, unfortunately, I'm a smoker, and so they won't take my organs, which makes me very
But I
sad.
mean,
Yeah, but they should do.
obviously pick. But I think he means like, will they look and see?
Yes,
if they're usable?
I agree. Yeah, I agree, Amanda. I don't think you should have to. Yeah, I don't think you should have to have. I mean, I've got on my license it says I'm an organ donor. So if they can take, if their skin they can take, if they can take, my mother had to have her corneas transplanted in both eyes. They can take those.
Eyeballs.
I'm all for it. Like whatever they can take that will help somebody else. Once I'm done with it, I don't give a fuck. I won't be around to give a fuck. So yeah, I agree.
That's on my license too. Right here.
Aw. Very nice.
I'm a little torn on this question.
Go on.
No, the other people go first while I consider it. My
Jenny?
brain's just had an aneurysm.
No.
If they're going to require compulsory donation, what's keeping them from requiring it of prisoners? And then how are we?
They're alive.
Yeah.
Well, there would that then to be argued that if this person is sentenced to death, do they have the option of saying, "Take me"? Or they're not sentenced to death, but they're sentenced to life in prison. Do they have the option of saying, "Take me and give my
I have
stuff out"?
I have some somewhat controversial opinions about that. I think you should be allowed, if you're given a life sentence, I think you should have the option to end your life anyway.
The thing with that though is, it's not that I disagree with you, but it's actually more expensive to put a prisoner to death than to keep them for life.
Well, this is why I think you should have the right to do it.
But that's only because we built artificial walls
right.
between that and that. If you make a pathway for that, that's not going to cost much more than the cost.
No,
of
I completely agree with Dave. I think it is, if the people that have like fucking 3 life sentences or whatever, and they know there's no fucking way they're getting out, they should be able to have that option. People should be able to have that option. Period.
Yeah, right. I completely agree. It's not just part of the prison system.
There's a cheaper way to do it. It's just one bullet, and it's a lot cheaper than all the medicine and doctor and just.
You fuck up a bullet though.
Just saying. Huh?
You ever seen
How did we get? Wait! How did we get from trying to save people's lives through organ donation to discussing how we are going to execute them?
Preacher? You ever seen Preacher? Beth?
Huh?
Have you ever seen the show Preacher?
No, I don't think so.
Check it out, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
I'll reference it.
I mean, it's obviously ridiculous, but it's the same idea. There's a kid on it that tried to kill himself with a shotgun. It didn't work, but now his face just looks like a big asshole. So it's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
What?
That sucks, man.
But no, you can fuck up a bullet
but
and then end up a vegetable or brain damage for the rest of your life.
But I'm not talking about somebody commit.
Oh.
Sorry.
You were talking about suicide?
So about
No. I was talking about killing the prisoners so you can harvest their organs. You just shoot them in the head. It's cheaper than all this medicine and everything.
Love Preacher.
It's like 35-40 cents a bullet. I mean, why do we spend all that money?
Yeah, but you want to
kill them anyways. Just pop.
In order to do,
I really want to take this to a serious place, and I don't need to. That'll kill the fun.
Their brain has to actually be functioning for a certain amount of time beforehand. So you can't harvest organs from a dead body. So just saying.
It's true.
And obviously, the fresher than yes, no. Right, Donna says yes to organ donation. I think everyone so far has said compulsory yes.
Right, I have a different opinion then.
Go on then.
No.
Why?
I think that it's a consent issue at that point. I think.
Why
that
is it a consent
should
issue
be-
to a piece of meat?
After you're dead.
Because the piece of meat was formerly a person.
Yeah, they're not
and
anymore.
has the right to decide what should be done with their remains after they become deceased.
Why?
Oh, god damn
Because
it, Badger
that's what
has
we
a
do.
point.
Yeah, but why?
That's what we do.
However, I think it should be the default that it's a yes tick for organ donation, and if you care enough about it to not want that, you should be able to opt out.
That
And I
is
think if that was the
controllable.
default,
That is
I
controllable
think if that was the
by.
I think if that was the
religious nut
default,
jobs.
most people would not opt out.
I think religions will jump on it.
Well, of course they would, and actually that's what made me say Badger has a point, because, you know, I know my parents are Roman Catholic and they believe in organ donation, but at the same time they're also 77. They have heart conditions. They have other stuff going on. That they are not organ donors at this point.
Yeah, like
And-
for me personally,
And they
I
want to be
don't-
buried. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna do what they want.
like for me personally, I don't give a shit really, because I'll be dead.
You
But
see, here's the
for some
problem.
people, that's
You're
a-
going to be
that's a whole
hard
big
pushed.
thing.
You're going to be hard pushed to justify that you get a say in what happens to your body after you're dead.
Why?
Because you don't exist. Right? Now you can
Well, then
play it you can
how-
play it another way. No, you can play it another way, that your body then belongs to your family and you can discuss it with your family and your family can carry it on. And try and
But then
obey your
how do you-
wishes.
But then how do you allow for people to do things like leave wills for what to do with their possessions? Because your body is the most intimate possession you have. If you
And
if
your
you can
will
decide
is
what
not
happens to you,
your will
if
is
you
not absolute now.
if you can decide what happens to your DVD collection, surely you can decide what happens to your body.
What happens to your DVD collection is down to people. They mostly liquidate them. This is the point. You don't actually get a say. You get to you can put on paper your wishes, and your assets will be divided up because the assets have to go somewhere, and someone will might try and honor your wishes. But there's no obligation. The only obligation
No,
is
but
that
people. Sorry, Dave.
go on. No, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, but people are often loath to go against someone's last wishes.
They are. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think it should be exactly the same as any other possession, but that the default position should be that organs are open to donation if they are needed. And then if people care enough to opt out, they can, and I don't think most people will.
See, I'm not convinced that I don't. If you could offer me an alternative that would be in any way meaningful, I might agree. But I can't see any justification for non-compulsory. That's me.
I think they should take them regardless of anyone's wishes.
Well, this is what we're discussing.
That even right now that let's say we need a big skin donation. How are you gonna know that guy's got a couple square feet of skin removed from his back?
Because that'll kill you.
Pigs.
And then
I agree that there is a problem there.
I don't agree in that sense. I think it's the same thing. I think if we're going to have personal autonomy in terms of things like wills and stuff like that, that applies in the same way to your body.
Would you like to know something that's very serendipitous
Go on.
that I did not know when writing this question? And I did not cut and paste. This is one I wrote. Apparently, the rules have changed in the UK today.
Today?
We are now opt-out.
Oh, cool. So I win, is what you're telling me.
I didn't even know that. I genuinely didn't know that.
wow.
Well, we were opt-in until today.
A lot of stuff's got slipped through during the whole COVID, isn't it?
Well, I knew it was coming. I knew years ago it was up for discussion. Say again? Amanda?
the stuff that's getting slipped through. There's a lot of shit that's the shady ass GOP is slipping through here. So while we're all paying attention to our drugged up leader instead of what's actually going on. So
Jeff says, could we also introduce the rule to make terminally ill people stunt people in movies?
No.
Not sure how that's relevant.
If they want to, I don't see why not.
Actually, stunt people in films, like, they're very freaking proud of what they do.
Oh yeah.
And that's a hardcore profession.
Mhm.
And no. No.
I'm on board if the people want to be stunt people.
Well, if you happen to be a stunt person and terminally ill, fine. You know, but the thing is that takes training. That takes stage combat and film
Exactly.
stuff.
What is
That really
what
depends
is the
whether or not you
advantage?
expect to survive the stunt and or what the
what's the
stunt is.
advantage?
in the U.S.,
What-
it's illegal
what-
to even kill an animal for a movie. So we're not gonna, people have died making movies. That's absolutely true, but it's been accidental.
Yeah, but an animal can't give you informed consent that it wants to.
No, it can't, and that's. But also, like,
I think a people can.
I don't want to watch
What-
a snuff film, dude. What the fuck? What is wrong with you right now?
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying I want to
possible
watch it. I'm
stunt-
saying that if people want to be up, I'm saying that that's a consent issue again.
What possible stunt could you want to see in a movie that would require a dead body to perform it with enough graphic reality?
How about
it's-
someone falling out of an airplane and hitting the ground?
No, thank you,
Why
Jenny.
do you want to see them hit the ground?
I don't.
No, I don't.
On any level. I do not.
I don't want to watch it. I think it'd be pretty.
And,
Yes.
and I've seen pictures of
someone
that.
like-
And you don't want to see it.
No,
You do not want to see it.
that's just such
Think
a
of-
weird
think
for the
of-
sake of
think of the
argument.
concept of
Badger,
liquid
I
gas.
love you, but that's so weird.
This is the point I'm making. I don't want to watch any of it. I'd rather it didn't happen. But I think.
Wait,
it's
I'm
a
just-
consent issue.
I have to read the private chat. Stool says,
Okay.
they've been doing an announcement on the radio for ages. I don't want to donate my willy. To which Manda says, nobody wants your dick stool. To which Kaz responds, you don't feel someone else would get some decent use out of it?
Likely no.
go ahead, say what Stool said to me.
They were sort of, bitch. At which point he now said, screw you all, I'm going to donate my dick to science.
How are you going to screw you all if you do that?
Very good.
I mean,
Speaking of donating dicks to science, I think male rapists should have their dicks cut off. So then we could
Beth,
donate
unmute
those
yourself.
to people who need a new dick. That's what we should do with that. It'll help
Have
people.
we perfected the penis transplant?
Or guys.
we've had
Is that
someone
even a
have
thing?
one. We've had someone
Okay.
have one.
Well, they
I didn't know.
do penile reattachment.
Okay.
But
Well,
trans-
you're right. Yeah,
Yes,
I did know that.
I have heard of penile transplant. But
Oh
you're
man,
gonna
now I'm
be,
gonna have the song.
Detachable
cyclosporins and stuff like that for the rest of your life.
Yes.
They do uterine
I'm sorry,
transplant as well.
Jenny. Right.
Oh my god, you guys.
Oh,
How did this happen?
See, I'm not on board with that one.
which one?
The penis transplant one.
You're not on board.
No.
What you don't want yours transplanted? What's wrong with it?
Because
No, I'm not saying I don't want mine transplanted. I don't want rapists.
I mean, have you
transplanted.
seen a badger penis? I'm just saying.
I'm not on board with that as a pun. As a pun.
Julie, you roboted.
Sorry, honey.
Right at the point, a profound point.
Because
No.
So
Okay, so
Oh no.
Nope.
Can't hear a word, Julie.
Nope.
We'll never get to
Absolutely
hear the
zero.
response.
Dave, kick her
with
into
that,
the
I
basement where you're
say
back
that I
in.
don't think women should have anything.
Well, she needs to to stop
Well,
it. She needs
because
to
it's
refresh
a-
the browser.
It
Oh.
She's still going.
Well, she can't hear us either
Julie
when
falls-
she's roboting.
is under the
There we
purview of
go.
cruel and unusual punishment, and then also.
So, what do we do? Just wait.
The other problem with
It seems rude to
Is-
interrupt.
that it doesn't matter. Like,
I know, but
Okay. Bye.
there we go. Okay. Sorry, Julie. We'll miss you.
Did my point come through? I don't think this is a decision that women should have anything to do with.
Why?
Because I don't think men should have anything to do with decisions about women's bodies.
True. But yes, they
I
do.
disagree. No, I
All
disagree.
fucking
I disagree in both
old white
directions.
men
I
Yes.
just
tell us
don't
what
think
to
they
do
should
with
be.
our uteruses, and it's awesome. So
You back?
I'm back.
there you go.
Hi, I'm Beth. Nice to meet you back.
Oh. No, I was saying something very profound about cruel and unusual punishment, and also about how rapists will just find another implement to rape someone with anyway. Because we've
Well,
seen
there's
that.
the other
with
thing.
people
Why
who've
would
done-
you want a transplanted
Yeah, but-
rape penis?
No, I'm just saying we've seen that with people who've gone through chemical castration and things like that. That they'll just use something else, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. 'Cause that's horrible and gross. But
Yeah. I'm with you on
like
that.
I feel you, Beth. Like in the rage level, I'm with you, but it would not really would help. I don't know what the answer is to that.
I kind of.
I don't
wanna
really
hear-
care if we transplant them. I just think rapists should have if they're proven beyond a doubt to be a rapist, they
Yes,
should
you
have their
need to
dicks cut
refresh
off. I'm
your-
just saying.
I don't. I'm not with you on that.
I am emotionally. I'm not logically nor practically.
That's the problem I've got. Right? I am for it on a theoretical level.
Dave, could you repeat what they said? I didn't hear anything out of either of them. I don't know what this
Julie,
argument's all about.
Julie thinks that it was talking about it being cruel and unusual punishment for rapists to have their dicks cut off.
Okay.
And
It's cruel and unusual punishment what they did to the rapee.
Yes, completely.
No,
agree.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying it's in the
Eye for an eye. It's in the Bible.
Ugh.
There you go.
I think if that becomes sanctioned by society, that society's fucked.
I think
Well,
that. No,
I mean, people
again.
try to tell women what to do with their bodies. What's the difference?
No, I agree with you, but we also have to think about, like, women who sexually assault other women or sexually assault children. Should they have their hands cut off? Like, where does it?
No, this is the
No,
problem.
you
The
cut
problem
off
you've
their
got.
clit, they'll never get off again.
Oh, fuck's sake, no. No.
Yeah, I'm not
living in a
with that.
society where
Fucking
clitorectomies.
Dark.
Not doing it. Ugh.
Okay,
The
okay. I
government
went
shouldn't
too
have
far. I
anything
went
to do
too
with
far.
it.
Okay, let's
I think we should.
No, it's
What
okay.
they can and
I
cannot
get-
do with them.
The problem you've got,
I
right,
think we
with
should-
discussing. Wait a minute.
Oh,
The
dear.
problem you've got with discussing alternative forms of punishment. Okay, and it's one of these things that is not discussed, and how the hell we ended up here, I don't know. Is an awful lot of these things would be, to be quite honest, better than prison. And not because prison is bad for society, but because prison is horrific to people's minds. Okay? So this is the problem. These are discussions I actually think are really important to have, because I am not convinced, based on everything I have read, that corporal punishment wouldn't be better than putting people in prison.
Okay.
And that could come in.
Define what you mean by corporal punishment.
Well, no, my point is I don't know. Okay, that's why I said I'm not convinced that it's not better. I'm not making a suggestion that it definitely is. I have read the studies over and over again about the harm that prison does. Prison does not produce people that can function in society.
No, it does not.
Okay?
It's true.
It breaks people.
That being said, there are prisons in the world that are much better, and
Yes.
like places in like the Netherlands and Sweden who have recidivism rates of practically nil, to the point that in Sweden they had to close like half of their prisons because nobody was going back, because they were treated so well when they were in there. They were taught how to function and did well outside. You come to some place like America where it is fucking hell. It is literal hell for these people.
And, not
And
only
you're
that,
right.
it
The
destroys
Swedish
the prisoners, it
does
destroys the
nothing
guards.
for that at all.
I
could
we have
argue that
watched.
End up with better
better
with
than
worse
American
people as they
law.
come out.
Yeah.
No.
Say that again, Badger. Say that again, Badger.
I said, hang on, let me just check that I haven't cocked this whole process up. Yeah, there we go. I said you could argue that Swedish prisons are better than American schools.
Yes, I think you could make that case in lots of
buy that.
situations. Jeff says, alternative forms of punishment may not work on women. P.S. Tell Manda that MathPig says buzz buzz. Why is he using Jeff as a relay? Oh, damn, we lost Julie.
So you'll read it?
Because he's not around. Or he wasn't.
I think we really need to address Mr. Milkingstool's input that he wants his willy transplanted to his knee.
No. I asked him what kind of fucking kink is he into. It's weird. Nobody wants to get knee fucked. No one. Yes, Jenny.
Are you
She
wearing
say-
a remote device?
I think it might be a more convenient urination location.
Yes. You notice how she doesn't say answer the question.
I'm sorry.
That's the idea, Jenny. But no, I'm not. Actually.
So,
Not at the moment.
just to clarify where I was going with that and why I had that thought
I just
about
want to mention,
like rapists is because
I
one,
still have a few minutes,
it would keep them out of
but
prison.
Immediately
Yeah.
after this, and probably before it's over, I have to go to a therapy appointment.
Yeah,
And I'm
One,
really-
it would keep
I
them out of
think I'm really
prison.
glad.
See, this is why we can't invite nice people.
This is- Go on, Beth.
It's a fact.
Sorry, Beth. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't realize that she was still
Oh,
talking. So one, it would keep them out of prison, and two, I think it would be
you
therapeutic
guys.
for the person that was the victim.
Mm.
And three, they would be punished. So that's the
Yes.
only reason I went there with that.
Well, what
So
do you
let's get
do?
one
I mean,
more
I'm not
question
talking
before I
about-
gotta go.
What do you do to somebody who has mistaken identity or something? Someone who clearly didn't
Well,
do
see,
it, but they end up getting prosecuted.
I'm not talking about the
put it
guy
into
that,
storage.
like, he's 18, she's 17, they considered it rape. I'm talking about, like, offenders. Like,
Okay.
people who have been proven to multi-offend and they keep doing it. I'm not talking about some guy that got drunk one time and the girl was drunk and they called it rape. Like,
We are, I think,
If,
street
well, if
yards.
that's the case, there's as much argument that she raped him as he raped her.
What?
what, Patrick?
In the case of both parties being drunk, there's as much argument that there's as much argument to be made for either of them as the rapist.
Well, I mean, I'm not a
Yeah,
guy. I
I know.
can't have an opinion of whether a guy can depending on what happens with the rape. But
Can we just not?
it's kind of like my
Can I
brother
try
said.
to
We were
move on to a
discussing
Different
that.
topic.
Can I
We were
address something
discussing that,
Sam
and
said
he's-
in chat?
Yeah.
About solving the problem with the Hippocratic Oath and having a minimum wage guard do it. Minimum wage, a guard is not subject to the Hippocratic Oath. In America, at least, as far like doctors will not put prisoners to death. You end up with pharmacists that do it, or sometimes nurses or whatever. But a doctor never does it because of the Hippocratic Oath. However, that does not apply to guards, so it wouldn't be an issue. Just saying.
Right. Absolutely.
I think I'm going to move on to the last question.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Damn it!
What?
Just fuck nothing. Go ahead.
Move on.
I have 22 minutes.
You have 22 minutes. The last question should be rather quick. I hope. Although I keep thinking, I thought that. Do you know what? I thought should organ donations could be compulsory would be relatively quick.
Not in this crowd, buddy.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.